was going on. And I would always just get so frustrated because they would not go down to the floor and just try to figure out, like, very simply what is happening with the maintenance on the floor, right? They wanted to look at all these crazy numbers and stuff, but they couldn't just understand the very simple basics. And I feel like running a restaurant is the same way. Like, yes, it's a challenge to like run a restaurant on a daily basis, but whenever you just like simplify things and very simply say, okay, one, are we taking care of our workers? Because the workers who are in the store are the ones actually making the meals and presenting those to the customers. Like, are we taking care of them? Are they happy? Are they driven to provide a good product? Are the products that we're getting fresh? And are we keeping them fresh? And are they being prepared, you know, in a timely manner whenever the customer orders them? And are they being double checked for accuracy? Like, it's really not that difficult, and that's why it's always so frustrating for me to go to these places. Now, have I worked in a restaurant? No. I know that it's challenging. People get burned out on it, whatever. But a little bit of care and a little bit of understanding by management that it's the actual workers, it's the person running the grill, the person running the register, those people that are actually, you know, making the customer experience. I just feel like a lot of big companies, a lot of big corporations lose that sight. All right, I'm off my soapbox. I'm off my soapbox on that. How's the freeze-dried candy going? Pre-orders open yet? Honestly, I haven't done it in a long time, Momo. I found out that a lot of the candy that I did make, either I didn't do it long enough, or it wasn't the right candy or something. But yeah, pretty much all the gummy worms and stuff have all like softened up and are a real weird texture. So those are all ruined. Some of the other stuff was not as good as I had hoped. So it's been back in idle mode, but we need to try it again. I need to like actually look up some videos. And I saw that the company that I bought it from actually, they released a cookbook recently that maybe I thought about getting, try to give us some ideas. But there's a lot of YouTube videos and stuff out there on it, so I probably just need to start there before spending money. But yeah, I need to do the same with the candy. DQ here is about a mile from the house. They are one of the locations that rebuilt to do food. See, Colleen, what's crazy is 29 Fireflies was showing us a picture of her DQ, and it was like this super small ice cream stand, right? And that's all that they did was ice cream, and that blew our mind because all of them down here all have food and ice cream. But yeah, she was saying that that up there in New Jersey where she is, pretty much all of them are just ice cream. So that's really funny that you say that, because yeah, I never knew that was a thing. That's kind of honestly like one of the cool things I found about Twitch is like how many of these little like inner US cultures that are differences, I guess, that exist that I never knew about. So you're in New Jersey too, Caitlin? Yeah. Yeah, I know. There's a few people. Science is from up there. 20. Maybe a couple others that I'm forgetting right now, but there's a lot of representation from Jersey. All sorts too, and enough pizza places. Crazy how many. Yeah, that's great. That's great that y'all have that local support for sure. I love Excel and working with data. It's easy to carry away with the things. Often a simple analysis is the best. I agree, Spencer. I agree, and that's often overlooked by management, right? They all need a visit from Gordon Ramsay? It's complete shit. That's right. They do. They need a kitchen nightmare. Caitlin, do you like Kitchen Nightmares? That's one of my favorite shows, to be honest. I've definitely watched all of the US episodes probably 3 times at least. And then I've watched a lot of the UK episodes as well. So yeah, it's a good one. I like Gordon Ramsay a lot. Manager at Panera Bread for 7 years. I can tell you if a place is having issues, usually it's due to management. Lack of systems in place. Yeah. I can imagine that raw a lot, and being that small cog in the machine, I guess manager, it's a little bit, at least you have a little bit of influence, but I can see how that's super frustrating. And yeah, not having that support from the higher up management is probably really, really frustrating. Worked at fast food when I was in high school. Honestly, some of the most difficult work I've done in my life. Yeah, I know it's not easy. I know that, and I just wish that the people who did that work got paid, right? That they got paid. I'm sure that wages have gone up a little bit in like the past few years, just because there's a shortage of workers and like trying to hold on to those people has led to that increase in pay. But with minimum wage at 7.25 here in Texas, and I know for a long time, at least people starting out making $7 or $8 an hour, that's not going to cut it, right? Like you're not going to be motivated to do the work and bust your ass to the necessary level for $8 an hour. So I sympathize with them on that front. As a consumer, though, I get frustrated with the business in general. Not being able to provide a good product. Oh, really? Free fall up north, half the DQs closed down in winter. Wow. Oh, science is in Pennsylvania? What? Oh, dang. I thought he was in Jersey for some reason. Okay, well, I'm wrong. Okay, so science and Moco are in Pennsylvania then. When is their meetup? They're having a co-stream soon. Science and Moco are. Why didn't Science just go over there and do the experiments there instead? All his shows, mostly Hell's Kitchen. I've seen I think I've seen the first 2 or 3 seasons of Hell's Kitchen, and that's a good one as well, for sure. Recently, I started building them without the kitchen area and only serve microwave food options. Gotta love that. Gotta love that, LiDAR. Yep. Jeez. Yeah, that's a shame. At least have like air fryers or something, right? I love the show, but it's weak in those restaurants. Didn't do much good. Yeah. I've looked up statistics on that too, Free Faller. I've always wondered, and like a lot of those shows were made like in the I don't know, 2010 or 2012 or something, right? So it's been some time. But yeah, it's a shame how many of those are closed down, or you go back and look at the lore, and yeah, it's a shame that that so many of those have closed. New Jersey, but I think really close to Pennsylvania's P.O. Boxes. Okay, I think that's what I've seen too, Call, is that maybe his P.O. Box is at least in New Jersey, but maybe he lives right at the border or something. The increased wages here have led to kiosk orders instead of it. Yeah, Dan, we actually went to a was it a Steak and Shake? I think it was a Steak and Shake, and I haven't been to too many of those. But you could tell, like at the counter where you used to place orders to a human with a with a I don't know, a computer or whatever, that it was replaced with a kiosk too. And yeah, I've seen it like McDonald's and other of those places as well. I've only been to one McDonald's like in the past 10 years, but it seemed to only have the the order yourself kiosk. So yeah, that's very strange. I wonder if that's going to be like the future. It's kind of nice because you get to select options that you didn't know were an option before necessarily. Like you can really customize your meals, but obviously that's taking jobs away from people who used to do that. Personally feel we need to drop the BS tipping culture and pay your service workers a proper wage. 100% LiDAR. 100%. Yeah, and it sucks. Sometimes LiDAR you'll hear like you'll hear restaurants who like steal a lot of the tip money as well. And managers or whoever who think that the tip money is theirs and steal that from the bartenders or the the workers too. So yeah. What is minimum wage for a for a worker like in the service industry, right? Like $2, right? Or $2.50. And they 100% rely on it. And now it seems, at least in a lot of the places that I have been, like 20% is the new expected minimum, right? I think like 15% was pretty much expected before, but now it's 20%, which is fine. Like again, I'm all for people getting normal wages, but when a meal at a fast food restaurant or at a restaurant in general, or when a beer at a bar has now like doubled in price, why are we now having to pay like $15 to $20 for a baseline meal at Chili's and also having to pay 20% on top of that? Like, I just don't understand why that's like, why things are so expensive and why those restaurants cannot just say, okay, the meal is going to be $20, but that's all you're going to pay, right? Like you don't have to put a tip on at the end, because it's, yeah, I think like what you say, you're basically paying the employees' wages so the owners don't have to, 100%. And it is like you can't walk out of those places and not tip, because they're depending on it. So yeah, it's a shitty culture. It was interesting whenever my friend from Korea came down. He had like that very he had that opinion, and he's been in the U.S. and whenever these guys come over, they get like taught about U.S. cultures, so he knows about tipping. But he had the same kind of mindset. He was like, well, why did I just pay $4 for this cup of coffee? And he was also really confused about why he had to tip before actually getting the service, right? We went to a coffee shop. He paid for the coffee and he tipped, but he didn't know actually what kind of service he was going to get, right? Maybe the coffee would have taken 30 minutes and he would have hated it. But at that point, you've already paid and tipped. So that's a strange part of our culture for sure, right? Oh, 100% LiDAR. You got to make sure they know who you are, and maybe whenever they're measuring some things out, instead of 3.5 on there, they'll put 4. You know what I'm saying? We just experienced that down in Florida. Making a personal relationship with those guys is a great thing. All right, catching up on chat. What I understand about those shows is how the owner always freaks out. Like, bro, you signed up for a show called Kitchen Nightmares. It may be a little bit overblown, Spinzo. Who knows, like, what's going on behind the scenes? But yeah, a lot of those owners are wild. Almost as if it's gonna somebody fake. Oh yeah. Definitely not fake. Definitely not fake, Spinzo. He's in New Jersey. They think you're really close to Fizzy's planet. Figured out you can fry onions in the microwave with some good high heat. Really? Onion rings minus the breading with some salt, microwave. That's interesting, Leah. I've never heard of that. Belinda's in New Jersey. They take trips to Boston. I see Coffee. Good. Coffee still hanging around here. What up, Coffee? When a tip is better, yep. He just crossed the river from Philly. Oh. So they are super close. I have no idea where Philly is in Pennsylvania, to be honest. But it sounds like it's pretty close to Jersey. So yeah, that's cool. Started in Japan. Now it's started here. I don't expect it to go away. Yeah. It's our culture now, right? And yeah, it's an unfortunate one in my opinion. It's someone who just rings something up, but it's different when the waitress waiter, they're constantly interacting with you. Make sure your needs are met. Yep, 100% raw exposure. And if it's someone who's actually providing a service, yes, they should work on tips. But yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know. It's hard. Again, not working in a restaurant, I don't know all the dynamics, but yeah, agreed. Really, Caitlin, nice. Well, y'all are pretty close then. Maybe you have to have a meetup up there. I would love to travel up to the Northeast. I've never been that far northeast. I've only been to DC. I've been to DC twice now. But yeah, I want to make it up to like New York, Boston, maybe even like, go up to Maine and enjoy some lobsters. Of course, I don't know. We've been talking about a trip. I mean, I don't know. We just drove to Florida and we made it. It would be nice to kind of break up that trip a little bit more and maybe like make our way up the East Coast one day. But it would be fun to do that. And I think we know that we can kind of do it at this point, right? Like I think breaking it up a little more, maybe like staying an extra night or two and not driving every single day would be nice, but Would be fun to make that East Coast trip one day. Jobs are advertised. They pay you $25 an hour. Then they find out you make $10 an hour, and the rest is tips. Yeah, that's a scam, Raw, for sure. That's 100% a scam if they're advertising that kind of stuff. Blacksmith Pop, I can't remember if I said hi to you or not, Pop, but hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you had a good weekend. Builders Mark is here too. What's up, Builders Mark? We were showing off the tray earlier. Appreciate the kind message. And again, Builders Mark, really do thank you for getting that tray and doing the deal that you did do. I appreciate you contributing to our business and appreciating our work. I just said appreciating a lot in that short amount of time, but thank you so much, Builders Mark. It means a lot, buddy. So hope you've been having a good weekend and good start to your week. It's awesome. I love to hear it. That honestly may be one of my favorite pieces. It is one of my favorite pieces that I have ever made. So I'm really happy that you enjoy it as well. One thing for the waiter waitress, someone that's getting service minimum. What is confusing is when cashiers, Starbucks are expecting tips. Yeah. And free fall, it just keeps expanding like that, right? So it's a shame. It's definitely a shame. Tips should be earned, otherwise do better next time. Yeah. And why tip before the service, right? Most of New York food service workers are at $10 or so for cash pay, and they assume a $5 tip credit. They're on their way to make a $15 minimum wage. Yeah. And that's, I mean, maybe whatever, $8 an hour is affordable in some areas. Probably not in this year, but maybe like 5 years ago. In some areas, making $7.25 or $7.50 an hour you could at least like live. But in Austin and in like places where, you know, rents or mortgages are over $1,000 a month, like you're just treading water and probably drowning at that point. New York City, a bit lower outside New York City area. Yeah, I'm sure New York City. I mean, that's definitely one of the most expensive places to live in the U.S. So, yeah, I mean, $15 is probably just barely getting by. When I had a restaurant with the eggs, I believe we were paying $8.50 hour case. Yeah, and it's probably challenging for restaurant owners too. And I definitely for the small businesses that are trying to afford all that. I can't imagine the stresses that go into running a restaurant. But definitely for these big corporations, like I don't think too many of them are hurting, right? That's a few years ago. They're making effort here so food service workers can make a livable wage. I mean, got to, right? You got to take care of those people and make sure that they can at least afford basic needs plus save a little bit, right? So, and a little bit of pleasure too. I think that's super important as well. So. Builders Mark, we are going to be doing another serving board. In this one, we have book matched these two pieces of cedar together. And so the resin is actually going to go on the outside. So this will be something that's pretty unique. We've been doing a lot of just chatting today. We've been going 4 hours and 23 minutes, and I've literally cut up like 5 strips of wood and glued them together. We didn't actually make our first cut until over 2 hours into the stream. So we have definitely been taking it easy today and just trying to kind of get back to it. It's been a week since we streamed, and I don't know, I missed you guys a lot, so it's been nice to kind of catch up with everybody. I don't have any like super pressing commissions right now. We are going to be making some of these boards that look like this, and this is going to be for a realtor friend. We're going to laser inscribe the name in the middle, and these will be housewarming gifts for his clients. So we do have that, and then we still do have like a few kind of lingering commissions out there, but nothing that is under like a super tight deadline. So trying to just kind of enjoy the time right now and chat with everybody. So yep. I think when people realize coffee stand workers got tipped, other professions try to incorporate it. Yeah, and like for those little like I don't know, food trucks or coffee trucks or whatever, it kind of makes sense. I can see that, but nothing is cheap anymore for sure. Appreciate that you appreciated your overuse of appreciate. It's not often appreciated. However, I'll overuse the word appreciate can be an issue. Thank you. Thank you, Freefall. I appreciate you for pointing that out. So thank you. Hey, sounds good, Spenzo. Appreciate you being here, bud. I really do appreciate that, Spenzo. Okay, now people are just getting annoyed. I gotta take like a 10-minute break of not using that A word. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, we're gonna clean this up a little bit. So let me go adjust my dust collector some. I'm gonna use the what's it called? Flap sanders to clean up the edges. And that way we can do this resin casting, because I am supposed to be spending, today is Walnut and I's 7-year dating anniversary. So I'm supposed to be spending some time with her tonight. So we gotta try and do that. By the way, I had a question on about metric measurements for the handles, if you use that or not for the jig. Oh, for the cabinet handles. Not so far, no. So far, no, Builder's Mark. I only have those 3 measurements. Yeah, before we get going, let me refresh myself. Yeah, dude, that jig looked awesome. That's super cool. I think it was just 3. Let's see real quick. So 3.75 and 5. 3.75 and 5 are the 3 handles that I use right now for our small, medium, and large boards. Can't remember if that's what I told you or not, but that appears to be it. And I have not, I have not found any standard measurements yet. It's bussing, Caitlin? Well, that's good to hear. Hey, when Popeyes does it right, I'm 100% with you. I agree. When done right, it's amazing. Lidar, are you here too? I replaced my filter, Lidar. Are you happy with me? Do I get a compliment from Lidar today? That's what I always strive for. I tip 20% good service, 25% above and beyond service, 8% poor. They have to claim 8%. Oh, really? So that's, yeah, I see. And 1 penny if the service was so bad that I memorized the waiter's name and have to request not to have them. I think that's a great system, Coffee. I typically these days, even though we don't have a whole lot of money to be throwing around, I'm typically just tipping 20%. Again, if like you said, if the service is bad, I'll drop it down some. But yeah, I mean, I realize that not everything is the waiter's fault or the chef's fault or whatever it may be. But I have, I guess, gotten adjusted to the new culture where 20% is kind of the expectation. And again, I don't want to pay that much, but I also know that those workers, I know that the tip, at least most times, is going directly to the workers and not to the business, not to the business. And whenever I say business, I'm not really trying to demonize the small business, obviously, but you know, Popeyes the corporation or whatever. Although you don't really tip at Popeyes. It's not going to Chili's the corporation. You know, the tip is just going to the workers. So the penny is to show that I didn't forget the tip. They just earned no tip. That's fair. Worked on a frost-proof faucet by the barn. I fix it now. Now it leaks more. Oh no, Pop. Oh no. Dang it. Are you guys getting a lot of snow up there, Pop? That's unfortunate. Oh. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Sometimes we make things worse. But that's just part of the struggle. At least you know how not to do it next time. Oh, is Stream Elements actually working now? Supposed to rain in the area, I see. A lot of people have been saying that they're getting like feet of snow recently. That does not compute, but I hope y'all are staying safe out there. All right, so we're going to use our. Got a few of these little flap sanders. Basically, it's just like a bunch of little pieces of sandpaper or sandpaper with a bunch of fingers on them. They come in different sizes. This one is pretty worn down, but it's kind of actually nice to be able to fit into the little grooves and stuff. This is a larger one here. But I found that this is the best way to get rid of the bark and stuff on the side. So let's damn it, I'm gonna have to clamp this, aren't I? Holly does it right, kind of the same thing. Good luck finding one doing it right though, man. I haven't had Chipotle in so long. I do like Chipotle though, when it's right, like you said, but it may have been since college since I had Chipotle. And that's been 10 years at this point. Shit. Oops. Yeah, Billy's Mike, have you given it? I think you were giving it to your wife, right? It's your partner. Have you given it to them yet? Has it gotten their stamp of approval? Must have had a bad experience. No, I don't know if there's a Chipotle. I don't know where the closest Chipotle is, to be honest. Maybe there's one closer than I think, but I can't actually think of one that's close. Little things right here are going to be a little challenge to get into. This is definitely the best thing I've found. Get this stuff off. Removes a lot of material quickly. Oh! 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 I mean, blue name in chat that. Oh man. Oh man. I'm ruining surprises over here. Now I feel bad. Now I feel real bad. Free fall. Dang it. You guys have not missed any opportunities.
Okay, drive it in.
Oh man. We were talking about it in the free fall way, not me. Yeah, dang it. Dang it, Walnut. Oh, good. Good. Next topic. Next topic of conversation here. Oh no, we covered so much today. What haven't we covered? What have I missed? What have I missed in Twitch world? What happened in Twitch this weekend? Anything? Anything super memorable? Has anybody already booked their tickets to Vegas? Who's going to? Who's going to the Vegas TwitchCon this year? Last time we talked about it, it sounded like some people were at least thinking about it. I don't know if it's going to be in our budget, but if we can at least sell If we can maybe do the what's it called? The Maker's Alley, Artist Alley, I think is what it's called. We can at least do that. That would help justify it, but Play in the Mud is Colleen, nice. I know that they do it almost every year, right? Or at least they've done it a few times now, so that's good. I need to ask them. I know Wonder Hamster and them have offered to share their experiences and stuff on there. So yeah, I need to ask them kind of what to expect. But yeah, it seems like they do pretty well there. So, and I know they've made some products in the past that have been kind of Twitch oriented, like with the streamer stuff and different emotes. But yeah, I mean, conventions are always great. A lot of people don't want to leave a convention without buying some sort of keepsake or they want to spend money, and I will happily take that money. So it is probably a lot of work, but I see. I see blue name. I see blue name in chat. You did just ban me, Leah. It was a deserved ban. Vegas, there's nothing going on in Vegas, so I hear nothing. Yeah. Free fall. I don't have anything going on in Vegas. I've never been to Vegas, so even though I don't really like gambling, I do think it would be fun to go check it out. At least go there one time, right? But if I'm 33 years old and I've never been to Vegas, like that's time to go. Or last year they gave preference to partner streamers for Boots and Artist Alley. I see. Well, when is it? Is it in October? Probably pretty ambitious for this stream to be partnered by then, but we've seen some growth recently, which is encouraging. So I still don't think it'll probably happen by October, but it would be awesome. It would maybe give us a goal to kind of push for by then. So who knows? I know that for sure. Partners get like, I think the tickets. I think the tickets to the convention in general are half price or something, right? So, even like if we don't go to Artist Alley, just being able to save some money on the tickets would be nice. And and they cut back on outside vendors on the show floor. Okay, so they gave more priority to people who streamed on Twitch, maybe who are part of the community. Most preference were given to partners, but there was still preference given to people who streamed versus Elgato or somebody, right? So that's cool. That's cool. Babe Ross got engaged this weekend, and Anthony Wheeler got partnered last week. Oh, coffee, is that? I saw Babe Ross saying in Moko's chat that she had some big news for tonight. And yeah, Dev guessed either that she got partnered as a streamer or that she got engaged. That's super cool. I'm guessing maybe she just announced that tonight. I think she streams on Tuesdays, right? So thanks for letting me know, Coffee. And who did you say? Anthony Wheeler. Anthony Wheeler. Not sure if I follow Anthony Wheeler. May have seen their stream before. The name is not ringing a bell right now, though. Are they in Science's community? I think I've heard them. I think I've heard Balent talking about them. I can hear Balent screaming Anthony Wheeler. You love Anthony Wheeler, Cole? Is that their name? Anthony Wheeler. Oh. What's going on, Z? How we doing? Streams and art. Let's That's awesome though. I'm really getting encouraged by seeing people in our community become partnered. I mean, obviously Moko, Anthony Wheeler, Art, I see. Obviously Moko is coming up on a year of being partnered. But yeah, seeing Science just get it a month or so ago. And a lot of people pushing for that now. It's super motivating. So Skittles are good. Skittles are great, Leah. Skittles are great. No, I don't prefer Caitlin. Skittles seem amazing. Yes, thank you, Leah. Been to Vegas 4 times, never on purpose, purely. But oh yeah, I'm sure free fall. Well, this is not my. Hold on. This is not my actual. This is the Craftsman's Guild. Let me make sure I'm following them. That little TV that they use is very familiar. So, but I see the check mark there. Nice. Oh, I've seen some of their art. I think they've rated into Science before, and I've seen Balint show off some of their art. But that's awesome. You pay for a booth event, you get tickets for the event. Yeah, and that's kind of what we were thinking about, Call, is maybe like splitting a booth, like I don't know, for instance, like us, Momo, and maybe somebody else, like splitting a booth, and then just using those tickets and maybe like take turns running the booth while the others kind of go out and explore a little bit, so that way it's a little less burdensome on us. But yeah, we'll just have to see. I'm not sure like how big the booths are and all that stuff. So we're doing good. We're doing good, Z. We just got back from a trip to Tampa, and we went to a friend's wedding down there. So we've been gone for like the past 5 days, I guess. So it's been good to get back. I'm definitely a homebody who enjoys being at home. I like the adventure of going to a new place, but we drove the whole way from Austin to Tampa. It was like 18 and a half hours without stopping. And of course, we stopped quite a bit, so it was a journey, but we had a good time. But it's good to be back home. So I hope you've been doing well. I saw you just dropped the Trout emotes there. Trout was in here visiting earlier. We saw his most recent dog that he painted. It's amazing. Really amazing what he has been doing. So really happy for him. Hope you've been enjoying some content over there. Yeah, thanks for stopping by today too. Smikes is here today too. Oh, we got to do the coffee. Dang it. You even sent me that. Smikes, I'm doing that. I'm doing that for you. I got to make a note of that cuz that's been too long. And Smikes, the other thing that we have talked about, I did think about that this morning because I've got my script written, but since I was sick last week, I didn't want to do it while sick. So to be fair, Murph. What up, Murph? Oh, streaming late today, so we're catching Murph again. What up, Murph? How you doing, buddy? Welcome in today. Good to see you. Smikes, it's great to see you too, buddy. Hope all's been well with you. Been taking care of Balint over there. I miss Balint. I was talking to him earlier. Obviously, we've been gone for a little bit, so I haven't been able to watch any streams. But I've been missing Balint's every night streams. It's always a little sad. Whenever I get off and just kind of hanging out for the night and Balint is not on. And now, again, as I was mentioning to him, his priorities are in the right place with taking care of the family and the other stuff that he's got going on in his life right now. So it's definitely a very selfish thing to say, but I just love my time with Balint and with all you guys in chat as well. So I know. He's a whole new level of tired. Yeah, that's but he pulls it off so well. How does he keep up so much energy, Smikes? How does he do that and still remain so positive and you know, it's not until you ask him about it until he's like, yeah, I only got like 3 hours of sleep last night. The night before, you know, I had to work late and Alona was up all night. Like, how does he still stay in character is the wrong word because Bolin is super authentic in what he does and very genuine. How does he maintain his personality and I don't know. I don't know. He's an inspiration. You prefer Skittles with lime or green apple? Green apple and lemon don't taste the same. Good question. I like the wild berry, I think, the best. If we're like going for Skittles flavors. The purple wild berry package I think is my favorite. But I do like the red ones as well. Any Skittles are great. Amanda said the booth last year was bigger than the space they had given in 2019, so I'd hope at least the same size. With the move to Vegas, that's great to hear. Their booth in 2019 was tiny, yeah. And like, Colleen, we're pretty used to events where we get at least a 10 by 10 space, if not a little bit bigger. Especially with our items as well, like the cutting boards and a lot of this stuff, like it just takes up room. So if we were stuck with like a I don't know, like a 6-foot table, like a single 6-foot table or something like that, it would just not work out very well. So yeah, I'm curious if she has like dimensions or anything just to kind of get an idea because yeah, even if it's only a 10-foot space, I'm not sure if you know that may be the difference in being able to split a table versus get one on our own. So yeah, those kind of details would be nice to try to figure out before we make that final decision. So thanks for letting me know about that call. Back in the day, I would practically pay Minnesotans to go to Vegas. $99 flights, like hotel incentives as well. Free fall. Dang, that's cool. Caught me on a business trip in Milwaukee. Company shipped me out here for a 3-day class. Hell yeah, I always like business trips. Murph, I'm not the biggest fan of hotels, but man, hotels really gross me out. I haven't stayed in a hotel in a while. And we picked 2, and they weren't the best. We were definitely looking for cheap options just to like rest our eyes for the night. So they definitely weren't the best, but we stayed in 2 not so great hotels. But anyways, nice. Appreciate you stopping by tonight, Murph, on your night off. So hell yeah, dude. Glad you're enjoying the new job. One less person to chase down. Yeah. I got you, Smikes, for sure. You're on my mind. Like I said, I've got the script written. I just need to actually do this. So, and I'm finally feeling better, Smikes. Last Wednesday, my symptoms were getting better. On Monday and Tuesday, I was feeling decent, at least decent enough to stream, right? And all of a sudden, last Wednesday, I had a terrible day. So, and we were leaving on Thursday to drive to Tampa. So I was really nervous that it was going to be a miserable drive down, but I felt pretty good on Thursday, and over the weekend I felt pretty much 100%. So thanks for asking those, Mikes. Appreciate that, buddy. We're just removing all the bark. If y'all are just joining, we're going to do a resin pour. This is going to be our next serving board. But I'm removing like all this little bark and stuff that's caught up in there, trying to remove as much of it as possible right now. So it's a little tedious, but gave me a hotel room and a Mustang. Dang. And a Mustang. Sounds dope. I want a hotel room and a Mustang. I don't know. We try and hold them back. There's only so much we can do. Neither of them slept as is. He's just a good guy. I think that's it. And he's a good guy, Smikes, who sounds like he's been through a lot in life, you know. And obviously I don't know his whole backstory, but you know, swimming, he sounded like he was a really good swimmer, maybe even like Olympic level swimmer, but had like multiple shoulder surgeries, right? He got his PhD and went through like the hell process that was getting your PhD and doing all the research and stuff, putting in those super long hours. So he's a He's got an amazing heart, and he's been through so many challenges in life that I guess that's what keeps him going, right? So we're very blessed to have him in our community for sure. Very, very blessed. In Milwaukee, we visited Milwaukee. Murph, if you have time, I would highly recommend
Number 44.
going to visit the meat market down there, getting some meat, get some cold cuts, and you gotta slam them on the ground. You gotta do that. That's the secret to tenderizing your sandwich meat. What's up, Tatum 44? How we doing today, my buddy? My brother? What's up, 44? How was your weekend, man? What's new with you? I feel so out of the loop with everybody. We gotta spend some time catching up real quick. What's up, Tatum? But Murph, if you have time, go down to the Budweiser area and go take a tour of the Budweiser brewery. It's pretty amazing. And definitely get some cheese curds while you're there. Not at the Budweiser place, but while you're in Milwaukee, get some cheese curds if that's your thing, because they are freaking delicious. Oh, you live in Milwaukee? Where? Oh, nice. I didn't realize that. OG Skittles for life. It's hard to beat the Reds for sure. Yeah, like I said, every now and then the purple, the wild berry package is what I'm looking for, but now in the red package though, there are different levels. You know what I'm saying, Smike's? Like obviously red is the best in the red package, the OG package. I would say red is the best. Wait, is pink in there? Am I mixing that up with wild berry? I don't think pink is in there. Red, purple, yellow, orange. There is pink, right? Getting it mixed up with strawberries now. I don't know. Fried cheese curds from Culver's? I'm trying to remember. Walnut, do you remember if that's where we went? Was the Culver's? Just finished your bookends? Hell yeah, Tatum. You have any pictures of them? Goal line goes to Brookfield Square. He was invited to the Olympic trials, and yeah, and had that unfortunate shoulder tear. I think twice, right? He does work super hard, Smikes. He's honestly one of the hardest workers that I have ever been close to. I've been close to a few people who have like a lot of grit and just like, I don't know, just ability to like push themselves in amazing ways. But I don't know if I've seen any better than Balint for sure. He's wise beyond his years. So much adversity has turned him into a tender, more compassionate yet driven person. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Coffee. I think that's a great way to describe him. And we're so blessed. We're so blessed to have him in the community. As with Woodcraft by Owen and his Stick song. Oh boy, how I've missed this Stick song. Owen is also finished up with his bookends. How are you doing today, Owen? How did the resin pours go today? I know you were doing some of those for the pendants, and what else? What else were you up to on stream? Oh, no pink, no pink. Purple, yellow. Do you mean Miller Brewing Company by chance? I thought Budweiser was in St. Louis. Oh, it is Miller, Murph. It is Miller. Yeah, my bad, Miller. Purple, green, yellow, orange, red. Okay, so no pink is wild berry only. So yeah, in my opinion, red is in a tier by itself, and then we got like purple and green are the next tier, and then yellow and orange in the bottom tier. They're all delicious. I do like all of them, but that's my ratings that nobody should care about. Culver's is so overrated. See, we don't have a Culver's here. Yeah, we've got like Freddy's. We've got a few of those places, but nobody does cheese curds down here. I don't think, I mean, maybe at some places you can get cheese curds, but it's definitely not a common thing. Don't remember the name, yeah. It seemed like an old school kind of diner place that we went to that was, I feel like it had like red and white tiles, maybe like an old car in there. Very old-timey feel to it. I don't know. I don't know if that's Culver's or not. Setting up final picks now. Hell yeah, Tatum. Hell yeah, bud. Good to see you. Good to see you today, Tatum. Culver's is God. You like Cops cheese curds better? I don't think I've had those either. Sorry that your life dictates that. Resin looked okay. We'll know tomorrow. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. Oh, and I'm curious how that text is going to come out. Hopefully no bubbles on the inside, I guess, but you can only do so much, right? So yeah, that's a cool commission. Glad that others are finding ways to kind of push you in new directions on those. Off a big piece. With the rest of the stream, taking the dust extractor apart. Oh no. Oh no. Did it die during the power outage, or was it something else? I don't think I knew that it was dead. Over this God, I will not debate this topic. As long as you're okay with being wrong. Dang. Oh my goodness. Only if you're okay with being wrong about me being wrong. Ooh, got him. My mind just exploded. Oh my goodness. Man, getting out. I did the outside of this debarking in like 2 minutes, but getting the bark out of these little tight spaces. Pretty annoying, not gonna lie. Oh, that sounds like Freddy's oh, Culver's is blue and white. Ah. Yeah, maybe I haven't been to Culver's then. I don't know if that's a Texas thing. I feel like probably not. Only got like, I don't know, diners like that, like fast food type diners. I feel like, yeah, Freddy's is probably like the only one that we got down here. Everything at Culver's is mediocre. I wonder, we were just having a discussion about fast food chains and the tendency for the quality and the experience that you get at fast food chains to depend on the management and the level of care that workers put into it. Guessing that's kind of a generic restaurant thing. So maybe that you gotta find the right one. Cause yeah, I was just saying Popeyes used to be one of my favorite restaurants, but recently, not one of my favorite fast food restaurants. But recently it's been dropping off my list, and maybe completely dropped off my list at this point because of how many bad experiences I've been having recently. It caused the power outage. It's been a fun hour trying to pull a carbon brush out of a frazzled holder. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, that's terrible. Not that anybody asked, Culver's has amazing ice cream. Frozen custard. Nice. The best fast food fish on the planet. Honestly, I don't like the burgers and they discontinue my favorite grilled ham and cheese, so I'm torn. Ooh. Okay. I mean, I think a place can be good, have good ice cream or good stuff like that without being the best maybe restaurant to eat at. But yeah, they can have their specialties like ice cream or whatever. Use a wire wheel to get the so builder's mark. I just used this. It's not wire, but it's actually like sandpaper strips, and that's what I got the majority of the outside of the bark and stuff off with. But these little nooks in here, it's very difficult. Like there's not really, I don't know if there's an automated process to really get this stuff out. It seems very manual. Even like the big people who I see on YouTube or whatever talk about how difficult some of this stuff can be. So Grovels will get to Texas soon enough, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'd try it out. It's great for soft serve. Nice. Try it out. Lots of people love the custard. I think anytime you have 600 things on the menu, most of the food. Oh, they've got that big of a menu. Oh, weird. Yeah, there's no way you can keep all that stuff fresh, right? Like, if you got chicken, fish, hamburgers, I don't know, ice cream, etc., etc. Yeah, that's a lot to keep fresh for sure. New carbon brushes, 850. 850 for the brushes, 10 pounds for the postage. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Best shrimp ever. Sankai enjoyed it. Over typically run well, so there's that bonus. That's good if it's relatively consistent. Didn't know if the wire type would get into the smaller areas. Yeah, the problem is, Builders Mark, the wire types that I have found are too rough. And I maybe need to find, like, I've got these little wait, where are they? Oh, they're over here. Hold on one sec. I've got these, like, manual brass brushes where the bristles are really soft. And maybe I need to find some actual wheels that have these soft bristles, because the wire wheel that I bought for the drill or whatever, way too aggressive. It just ends up scratching up the surface. I don't know if I actually, oh, it's right here. Ouch, it's pokey. Yeah, there's a huge difference. Chef Boy D. Jack. How was your weekend, Jack? Did you do any streaming? Did you do any making? Like these brushes I can push in, but they're pretty stiff. I think somebody at one point, maybe LiDAR, was saying that these are maybe brass. I mean, no. Steel brushes that are brass coated. Where this brass brush is very flexible. I don't know. Maybe I need to find a different brass brush. Well, covers that Wisconsinites love them because they have so little in life living in Wisconsin. Dang! Shade thrown. There is beer. The beer is good. Beer is good. I mean, the beach. We did go to the beach on the Great Lake, whichever one is right there, and it seemed pretty decent. But yeah, I have no idea what living there is like. Big menu equal microwave meals. Usually, somebody was saying that some restaurants have converted to just being microwave only, which is a shame. Or the same time using other fast food, fresh, never frozen beef. Seem like a decent product or nah? What you got, Battle? Patios are super thin and oversized. Isn't that your state motto? Or is it Wisconsin? At least it's not Indiana. What you got, Battle? Carbide tipped wood turning tool set. Latest lathe rougher finishers on neck. Oh, the handle is, it's sizable. So it looks like you can thread the handle in the back and be able to extend the handle. That's kind of cool. The price is right. $70 with a $10 coupon. I don't know about the swan neck, Battle. I've got a swan neck. It's not as wide as that on the let's see if I can find it real quick. It doesn't have the wide section there. And honestly, I hate this one. I've got this one here. So it's just got like the regular I don't know, maybe like 1/4 inch or so, 3/8 of an inch steel bar. but I get so much chatter. I've tried to turn a few things using this, and it gives me so much chatter and tear out on the pieces. Like, I hate this. I should probably just trash it because it is completely worthless to me. Maybe I'm not using it right, but I sure gave it a shot. I remember back at the time. I mean, it looks like a decent enough set. What do you? Because you already have carbide tools, though. Why do you want that one, Battle? No stream made a clever holder for orbital sander. Oh, I saw a little bit of discussion about that in Discord. But I don't think I saw the final product, Jack. But that's cool. That's cool. A lot of people organizing their stuff, making me feel bad. Hi. Are you wanting me to end stream? Okay. Are you still doing lasering? What are you lasering? Okay. Be done soonish. More choices, more smiles. Beer is good. Got to get some of that New Glarus Spotted Cow. I don't think I've heard of that one. New Glarus? I haven't heard of that brewery. Oh, that's Lake Michigan, right next to Wisconsin. I see. I see. Shopping. I haven't done some good shopping in a while. Definitely didn't just get a bandsaw. Come to Wisconsin, where the only good thing about our capital city is that it isn't Detroit. We're starting with hollowing. A simple overhang carbide tip is all you need. Yeah, the one, oh, and you're talking about like the one that's like a finger. I don't know how to explain it. See if I can find one real quick. Hey, those are fighting words. Coffee. Smikes is starting some stuff around here. Hey, Walnut, can you come close the door, please? Because I can hear myself in the background. Just thought it didn't seem bad trying to get something